I think it's been a while since I've gone through my exit plan. Honestly, as I've gone through it, I looked and see that my exit plan, the last time that I really updated it or talked about it was 5 months ago. And I feel like when I went through that exit plan, I had a piece of it that I really didn't want to have in there. And that was talking about my total amount that I have when I have a forever balance, right? That forever balance is very important, meaning that it's sitting there forever. So the fact that I got down to or even including that in the exit plan at all, that was something that was a mistake and I didn't want to have to do. Now, that being said, with that exit plan that I created, I got down to a point to where I only had 10,000 left, and that was my forever amount. Why is that included in there? I wanted to hold 10,000 but outside of the forever amount, if that makes sense. So in this video, we're going to go through my exit plan and have maybe a little bit of an update to how much we're looking to gain. Because honestly, I don't need a crazy amount. I know I could gain a lot more and I should gain a lot more, but I don't necessarily need a lot more. Does that make sense? So in this video, we're going to talk about that. We're going to go through my exit plan and hopefully you guys enjoy it. But if you could, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out the links for DXRP down below, the sponsor of today's video. Definitely go ahead and check them out, but we'll talk about them more later. But XRP currently stands at a $3.10 price. It is down in the last month by 4.5%. In the last 7 days, it's down by 5%. In the last day, it's actually up slightly by 2.6% in the last day. We're seeing it at a $184 billion market cap with a decrease in volume of 26%. That's at $5.46 billion. We are looking at maybe a slight increase in the circulating supply at 59.41 billion, but that's not really any concern, especially as you see things, move forward and the things that they do. Now, XRP has made some decent moves lately, right? Again, if we look at the last month, we've seen some movement up to $3.60. We've seen some movement up to $3.30, and we've seen some movement all the way down to $2.70. So if you were looking to short term trade this, you can make a decent amount of money, but it's not always just about the money that you can gain. It's also about the mission and what they're going to do that can essentially make you a healthier investor, if I to say the least. So that's what we're going to do in this video. We don't want to spend too much time on going over what is XRP's price right now. We want to go over how much we're looking to make in the end with our investment, and based on the different things that are going to happen, the different prices that it hits, and maybe even in different years. Now, this is not breaking down a timeline, so I'm not going to give you, oh, this is going to hit $100 in the next year or two, right? I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at the prices specifically. I don't care if it takes 10 years to get to those prices. Those are the prices that I'm going to sell at. Those are the prices that I'm going to make moves at. You have to have an exit plan in order to be a successful investor, because I've seen many people that have had healthy gains, but that have let it all drift away because they decided that they were just going to wait and never accept any type of profit. It's unhealthy to never accept profit. So let's get into the exit plan. However, before we get into that, make sure you guys check out the link for DXRP. This is honestly a good project to where it is the first DEX built for Ripple's XRP ledger. They raised about 5 million USD, and the current price is sitting at 7.487 cents. It's currently in pre-sale, and the next price increase happens in 6 hours. I literally talked about it yesterday, and we had a price increase since that point. So I'll talk about that as we get into joining the pre-sale. But XRP is the next generation decentralized exchange powered by the open source XRP ledger. We combine blazing fast transactions, ultra low fees, and deep liquidity to deliver an institutional grade trading experience for everyone. from crypto newcomers to pro traders, right? Everyone is really welcome. No noise, just execution. They again talking about the low fees, dual trading modes, smart liquidity routing, all of that. If you wanted to know the tokenomics of it, and their partners and all that stuff, you can go through the website. I'm not going to go through everything here, but you could calculate how much your gains will be at this point to when it does list. They are looking to list at 35 cents, and it currently stands at 7.4 cents. So from now to listing price, obviously you're going to see a major gain up to those points. I invested at 80% of a penny. So obviously seeing that grow up to where it is, it's amazing to see how much or where we are with that. But the tokenomics, 25% to public sale, 15% liquidity provision, 10% to staking, 10% ecosystem, 10% team advisors or advisory, and all of that stuff. So a total of 2 billion coins that are out there. If you want to, you can click the link in the description, join pre-sale, and you guys can get started here where the listing price is, or where the current price is and what the listing price is actually going to be. Currently, in what I invested $200, and from yesterday it was worth $1,600. Today it's worth $1,783.77. So as an investment, looks fantastic, but obviously for the utility, that's the side that you're really looking for, and you're looking for that growth there. I only put $200 in there, and I have 23,825 XRP to my name at the moment. So, or DXRP to my name. So feel free to check out the link down below if you guys are interested in signing up and being a part of DXRP and being involved in the pre-sale. But again, that link will be at the top of the description. But let's get back to the regular video. Now, again, what we were talking about, XRP, which again does tie together. If you got DXRP using the XRP ledger, and then you got XRP, but I've invested in XRP first, and exactly, I'm looking to gain a decent amount, right? I'm looking to make millions of dollars from it. Obviously, there's some people that are looking to make tens of millions or even hundreds of millions. I don't necessarily need that, nor do I really want that. If it happens, it happens, but I don't really want that. So I'm looking for an exit plan that can, make me profitable, as well as leave some for long-term growth. Now, the total amount that I have 210,000. 10,000 is sitting over in my Ledger wallet. I don't touch it. And 200,000 is what I'm going to be making moves with. You can see this breakdown as we go through it, but let me zoom in so you guys can see a little bit more of it. So the first initial selling point, which is what I get asked the most, is actually at $5, not too far away from where it was and where it was at even the high point, right? At $3.80 or $3.60, it's not far away from that $5 level, which would be a $295 billion market cap, give or take, a few billions, or I guess millions, whatever, right? Or hundreds of millions. But at that point, I'm looking to take 50,000. So I'm going to take 50,000 of mine, which is 25% of my portfolio, and I'm going to take my initial investment plus a little bit of profit. The reason why I do that is not because I'm afraid of XRP falling, is because I always want some extra skin in the game, to be able to put money aside, put money to a place to where now I can reinvest into something else. Now I can find the next investment. That's the whole reason for it, right? To gain something out of it. And every other step is also going to be a point to where I'm able to gain a decent amount from that position. Its level is $6. I'm going to take 5,000 XRP, right? That's $30,000. 5,000 at $7, 5,000 at $8, 5,000 at $9. Then when it gets to $10, I feel like that's a significant point. About 500 or 600 billion dollar market cap. I'm going to take 20,000, which is $200,000. The total amount up to that point will be $600,000 that I'm able to gain. Don't know the timeline on when that's going to happen, but the amount that I'm going to gain is about $600,000. Obviously, you have to include in taxes as well, but that's what I plan on doing. The next point, $15, $20, those will all be 20,000, 300,000, 400,000, and then it will go down again. Now, what I'm looking to do is every year, if it's going to get to 25,000 this year, 25,000 the next year, 25,000, whatever it is, or if it's shorter than that, I can gain $125,000 from XRP, $150,000, 175, 100,000, $112,000. And then at $50 per coin, I'm going to take 20,000, which would be my first time taking $1 million from it. Now, at that point, I stand to gain $2.9 million up to that point. As we see that go forward, I'm going to take another 1,000. You can see that this is a salary for like a normal working salary, 55,000, 60,000, 65, 70,000. I'm going to take 1,000 all of these points, a significant point at 75. So I take 2,000, which will be 150,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. And then we get to $100 per coin. And I take another 10,000, which would then get me another million, which would be the total amount would be 4.7 million dollars, right? That's how much I stand to gain with still having 10,000 left over after the fact. And this is not my forever balance. That's the mistake that I made the first time was looking for my forever balance and just using that as anything over $100. But I wanted to have something over $100. I wanted to hold thousands of coins over $100, not just my forever balance. So that's great to see. And that's my plan. I mean, it's very simple. Expectation, max profit for $4.7 million. I hope that that's the case, right? If worse comes to worse and it only gets to $20 per coin, right? Then I'm looking at $1.3 million. If it only gets to $10 per coin, right? And again, that's without selling everything. Like if I decided to, if it only gets to 20,000 or $20 per coin and never gets any higher, somehow never gets any higher, and I decided to sell like all of it, the 90,000, right? Then that's more than that, right? That's $2.7 million. Say it only gets to $10, right? I'm not saying that this is going to be the case, but if it only gets to $10 and I take the 130,000, then that's 1.3. The total amount is 1.7 million. I will take it either way, right? As we see that grow to certain levels and find a place to sustain itself, I can still gain a significant amount of money. And that's what this is really for, right? To gain my 250,000, to gain my initial investment plus a lot of profit back is what I'm looking for in the beginning. In any investment, that's what I do. So that's my exit plan. I know that many people are like, oh, I'm holding until $100. And if I decided to hold until $100, I can gain a lot. But I don't necessarily need that, nor do I want it, right? I wouldn't even know what to do with that much money at one time, right? I want to take my time and be able to know what I'm going to take at certain prices, know where that's going to go as I decide to take that. Now, if it skyrockets up and I miss all of these and I make a bunch of money, then I'll run into that issue. But right now, this is my exit plan. $4.7 million. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Also, check out the link for DXRP down below if you guys are interested. And honestly, it looks like a really, really good project, and it uses the XRP ledger. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.